Hi, my name's Lynda Gaiao and welcome to this week's business edition. The energy that we're looking at this week has to do with creative self-expression, and it's about the very unique and individual and creative direction moving forward. So when we're thinking about this particular energy in relation to business, this is the time for you to really express or to jump into your being creative, showing your creativity, allowing space for your creativity, not being influenced by anyone else around you, almost being deaf to the opinions and viewpoints of others so that you can really explore the most creative, unique expression and direction for yourself and for your business. The energy of this creative, of the one, is not here to be influenced by others. So if you find a lot of people around you trying to tell you what direction to go in, how you should explore your creativity, then you'll probably find, depending on your shadows and distractions, either you're listening to them and getting waylaid and off track by listening to the opinions of others, or when people express their opinions, it's kind of like water on a duck's feathers, it just kind of, it moves straight off, like oil on water. It just slips right off because you really are not here to be influenced by others. And in actual fact, when you explore your uniqueness, your creative individuality, and that the direction that takes you in is when you have the potential for the most impact on other people. They will see you as a role model of creative self-expression. They'll see the example that you're setting in the world, in the business world, and they'll go, wow, this person, this company, this business has got such a unique direction. I'm quite motivated and inspired to explore my own creativity and see where that takes me. So by not listening to others and by really, almost shutting off to what other people are telling you and just trusting, that creativity inside of you to kind of navigate the direction that you're meant to be taking, is when you're going to reap the greatest rewards, not only for yourself, but as a role model to those people around you. Another thing that I would like to mention, whenever we have any kind of individuality in the energy within the BG5 system, we automatically have this potential for melancholy, for sadness. And the melancholy, you either slip into it and then you allow your shadows and distractions to make it a problem with where you're at, which causes a certain amount of suffering and resistance for you. Or you just let yourself be in the melancholy. And what happens when you do that, when you embrace the melancholy, it can be your greatest muse. So if we look at some of the most successful artists in the world, some of their most creative pieces of artwork have come out of these states of melancholy. When they feel like they're in the deepest, saddest times of their lives, the creative potentiality that can come out of that can be quite extraordinary. So rather than fighting the melancholy or making up a story about why you shouldn't have the melancholy, or that there's something wrong with you because you keep going into the melancholy, rather just embrace it and see where this creativeness can go within you and how that can get expressed in the world. The creative self-expression is inside the identity and direction function in the BG5 system. And this particular function is all around direction and love. And when people don't have this defined, when it's not consistent in their design, what can happen for them is that they feel like they can spend their entire lives looking for direction and love. So if you usually have this center open in your design, you might find that this is a common theme for you. Right now in this week, we have this trait activated, which means that we can feel this creative self-expression energy coming through, this deep creativity. On the other side of this trait 1, we have the 8, which is connected to the throat center. So when the energy flows right through, we get the creativity, the unique individual creativity. And on the 8, we get the expression of that, the voice of it, the way that it gets out into the world. And so what you'll find here is that you very often have a really symbiotic relationship between someone with the 1, the creative self, and the 8, which is the expression of that, working together. So in a real life example, if you are an artist and you are spending your time being creative, creating your canvases, it would be really awesome for you to partner with somebody who's, for example, someone who owns an art gallery or is a promoter of artwork, because they help to get the word out there for you. They help to spread the word about what you do. And you get to just be your creative individual self without needing to market or to sell or to voice or to share what you do with the world. Unfortunately, sometimes those relationships can be quite unhealthy, where the art director or the gallery person can take advantage of the person who's the artist, undercharge them, not showcase their work in the best light and things like that. So with all things in the BG5 system, you want to be making sure that you are checking in with your decision-making strategy and ensuring that those partnerships are healthy and correct for you. And when you find those types of relationships, you can just do the artwork and you can have someone else do the expression piece for you. Part of what the 1 symbolizes is not necessarily trying to be the best at what you do, but just having the opportunity to have this unique creative exploration of your creative nature and your authentic individuality. You just want to be able to be in that, not necessarily trying to be the best at it, but just having the opportunity to be absorbed in this creative process. And when you can just be totally absorbed in that creative process, this is when you become that role model. This is when you have the greatest impact. So, you just want to be absorbed in the process as much as possible. So over this week, I would watch, where are you feeling pressured from the world around you to follow the opinions and ideas of others, to be swayed by in the direction that someone else wants to take you? Where have you created these containers of space for yourself to be absorbed in the creative process without that influence? And what partnerships do you have currently that are serving you really well, and those that are not? Those people that can be that voice, that promotion, that expression of your creative process out into the world. Who have you aligned with in your life where you can have that to and fro, that healthy relationship where you get to be absorbed in the creative process and they get to promote the work that you do? I hope you've enjoyed this week's edition. My name's Lynda Gaiao. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button so you can be updated of what's coming each week in terms of the energy that we're moving through. If you've got any comments or real life examples or how you see this showing up in the world around you, please pop those in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And until next time, I'll see you. It's Lynda Gaiao here, signing out for this week's edition.